I'm WHOOPI Goldberg.
Hi, I'm Sarah Haynes.
Hi, I'm Sunny HOSTIN.
Hi, I'm Joy BEHAR.
And welcome to The View!
Today, our topic will be changing roles of African Americans during the 1920s.
We'll be discussing whether they're roaring or repressive.
During the 1910s and 1920s, over 6 million African Americans migrated from the rural South to the urban North. This was called the Great Migration. In the North, men found jobs in factories and slaughterhouses where they made much better pay than in the South.
However, they faced poor living conditions and crowded living space.
African Americans also escaped legalized segregation and the Jim Crow laws in the South.
But they still face prejudice in the North as well. And racism.
So overall, do you guys think this is roaring or repressive? Personally, I thought it was roaring. What do you guys think?
I think it was also wrong because the good outweighed the bad in certain situations.
I agree. I kind of feel like it was repressive because they faced many hardships, but overall, maybe it was roaring because at least they still got to get that far ahead in society.
That's true. Sometimes you just have to break through the barriers just to get to the top. I mean, there's always going to be hardships in life, and you just anybody
get through it.
You gotta get through
And it kind of like changed the course of the African American future.
There you go.
Incorporating the Harlem Renaissance.
Exactly.
The Harlem Renaissance.
So Sunny, can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, the Harlem Renaissance was a literary, artistic, and intellectual movement that kindled a new African American sense of cultural identity. Okay, so this is a sense of rebirth for African Americans away from slavery into a new era of jazz, poetry, music, entertainment,
art.
Yeah, so it featured a poet like Langston Hughes, who wrote the poem Dreams Deferred, or Claude McKay, who really pushed for African Americans to stand up for their rights through his verses and all of that. And it also had amazing musicians like Jelly Roll Morton and Bessie Smith.
And this includes Louis Armstrong.
Yes.
Yeah, Louis Armstrong, even though he grew up in New Orleans very poor, he was still able to get out of that situation.
Yes, and he started a new life in Harlem.
He rose to the top. He broke down barriers.
Yeah, he broke the last barrier of African Americans during that time.
Yes.
And Louis Armstrong, during one of these dates and a New Year's, he shot a gun as a celebration of a new year, and he got arrested for this. But because he got arrested, he went to this boys' camp, and that's where he learned music.
Yes.
He learned music through that. In 1929, he was on the Broadway stage, an African American on a Broadway stage.
That's amazing.
That is amazing, and to this day, he is one of the most famous jazz musicians.
Yeah, and even though he passed away in 1971, we still know his music today, and we still learn about it, and his era is still alive. His music is still alive. Like, what a wonderful world.
Yeah, Viva la Rose.
La Vie en Rose.
I can't say it.
He's the reason why jazz was thriving back in that time because
Yes.
he was just so amazing. He rose to the top, and I feel like African Americans could look up to him and just say that, oh, I can be like that too. I can rise to the top like he did. Also.
He was the definition of the rebirth of the African Americans, I believe. He gave the era its name for the Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah, the Harlem Renaissance, for sure.
Roaring.
On a more repressive note, on July 27, 1919, an African-American teenager drowned in Lake Michigan after violating an unofficial segregation law on Chicago's beaches and being stoned by white youth. His death and the police's refusal to arrest the white man spans the week of rioting between the black and whites of Chicago. What do you guys think of this?
I could see how that could cause a riot. That's absolutely utterly terrible.
It's
That's
unnecessary.
infuriating.
It was
Exactly.
very unnecessary, and I feel as though the 20s for African Americans was really a rebirth and it was an opportunity for change, and it really did change the course of the future. We still have some silent segregation today that has not been cleared up. So I feel like this riot also mirrors some of the things that have
And
been
you can see
happening.
like people during this time, like Billie Holiday that sung that song Strange Fruit, like that was describing how terrible and brutal the lynchings were during this time.
Yeah.
While being an African American woman in today's society, I still experience prejudice and racial profiling. For an example, when I'm in a store, I still get followed by the managers or the people working there as if I'm going to steal something or just going to take something.
There was this disabled black student who was raped brutally by 2 white students, and they didn't get in trouble for it. They're
Or
barely in
the
trouble
till,
for it.
they thought he was flirting with the white woman.
Are you filming this?
And they
Oh my
killed
gosh, I was biting my finger.
So this kind of prejudice exists today with all the police brutality that went on. Whoopi, do you ever worry about your son Alex?
Well, as an African American parent, I still experience it myself. So when I want my son to go out and do these great things in the world and people are still holding him back, it's still kind of hard. But I just have to be there and just cheer him on and tell him that he can actually do it. And yes, I still experience it and he still does, but we're just trying to overcome it.
So really, overall, the Chicago race riot was very repressive, and I would think that
When the
all
riot-
these
Yeah,
ladies would agree with
definitely.
me.
When the riots ended on
impressive.
August 3rd, there were 15 whites and 23 blacks who were killed and over
Wow.
500 people who
That was pretty
were injured.
equal.
Yeah.
So it did not only affect the African American race,
Affected
but it
the
also
white.
faced the white race.
Hi, I'm Whoopi Goldberg.
Hi, I'm
Hi, I'm Whoopi Goldberg.
Hi, I'm Joy Haynes.
Hi.
Bless you.
Okay.
Rural, that rural. Rural.
Rural.
Say rural.
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 Not rural.
Say
Rural.
What are you doing?
Oh,
Are you recording
no.
this?
Okay, so during
Just keep going. Show progress.
Take someone or some. Oh my goodness, someone.
Walk out and take someone or some. Oh my goodness. Do something or just walk out and take someone or something.